Your phone knows you better than your father did. Ow! It knows what turns you on, what you hate about yourself, what you chase when you feel hollow. Every night you reach for it not to connect but to escape. One more scroll, one more dopamine hit, one more silent compromise. You feel empty after, not because you are weak, but because you are wasting your strength on nothing. Your body is alive, but your soul is asleep. You should be dangerous, but you are docile. You should be building empires, but you are collapsing inward. If you are serious about breaking this cycle, join the Telegram channel now. The link is in the description. You keep hearing people talk about masculinity, about strength, about being a high-value man, but no one tells you that your brain has been hijacked, that your dopamine receptors have been burned to ash, that your testosterone, the very hormone that fuels male drive, discipline, and direction, is suffocating. And why? Because of a screen. Because of instant pleasure, because we traded sacred purpose for cheap stimulation. You do not need another motivational quote. You need war. And war starts by taking back your seed. You think this is just about abstinence? No. This is about dominion. This is about taking control over the most primal force within you, your sexual energy, and choosing to forge it into something holy, something righteous, something undefeatable. Every time you retain, you are rewiring your nervous system. Your prefrontal cortex, the seat of your willpower, gets sharper. Your limbic system, the emotional chaos engine, gets quieter. And your testosterone begins to climb, slowly, steadily, silently, until one day you do not recognize yourself, because you have become dangerous again. Dangerous to your mediocrity, dangerous to your addictions, dangerous to your comfort zone. Stop fantasizing and start building. You stop escaping and start confronting. You stop living like a passive consumer of life and start behaving like a man who creates his future with blood, sweat, and sacred restraint. That is what semen retention gives you. Most men will never taste it, because most men are slaves. You are not addicted to porn. You are addicted to sedation. You are addicted to comfort. You are addicted to avoiding your pain, your potential, your past. But when you retain, something strange happens. Your pain gets louder, because it is no longer masked by pleasure. And that is your crucifixion. That is your initiation. That is when the real work begins. See, the ancient monks, the desert fathers, the samurai warriors, they all practiced this. They knew that the man who controls his desire is a man who can conquer himself. And the man who conquers himself fears nothing, not even death. When you retain, you are not suppressing. You are channeling, transmuting, transforming lust into power, into presence, into prophetic clarity. You are no longer a beast. You are a consecrated weapon, a sacred warrior. Biologically, your dopamine pathways begin to heal. The constant spikes and crashes stabilize. You stop needing novelty every 5 minutes. Your circadian rhythm recalibrates. You sleep deeper. You wake up clearer. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, drops. Your body stops running from lions that do not exist. Suddenly your mind has space. For strategy, for stillness, for soul. Spiritually, you start hearing the whisper again. That voice that says, there is more. That voice you buried under screens and noise and lust. That voice that calls you upward toward a throne that requires suffering, sacrifice, solitude, and submission to a higher order. This is the path of the warrior monk, the man who is not controlled by lust but led by light, is by law, by legacy. Look around you. Most men are wandering, lost, neutered, chronically fatigued, spiritually confused. Why? Because they have been robbed of the sacred, robbed of their birthright to build, to conquer, to lead. A man without semen retention is like a sword without a blade. He may look sharp, he may talk strong, but when pressure comes, he breaks, because he has no spiritual steel, no forged foundation. You want to be respected. But do you respect yourself when you are watching pixelated bodies steal your seed every night? You want to lead? But how can you lead when your own impulses lead you? You want clarity. But clarity only comes through consecration, through the fire of restraint, through the purification of pain. This is not about being perfect. It is about being pure. Purity is power, not religious shame, not guilt. power, the kind of power that makes your eyes magnetic, your voice unshakable, your presence undeniable. Why? Because when you walk into a room, you are not leaking your essence. You are carrying it, storing it, holding it like a weapon forged in silence. Neuroplasticity proves this. Your brain literally rewires based on your habits. So if your habit is lust, your brain becomes chaos. But if your habit is restraint, your brain becomes order. Order is what gives a man strength. It is what builds empires. It starts with one decision: to hold, to delay, to deny the easy path and walk the narrow one. The narrow path is not popular. It is not glamorous. It is not Instagrammable. It is cold showers and early mornings. It is fasting and solitude. It is monk mode discipline when everyone else is numbing their pain with dopamine. But that path makes kings, and most men are terrified of it, because that path requires you to meet your father wound, your spiritual poverty, your inner coward. But here is the truth. Every time you retain, you prove to yourself that you are not a slave, that you are not your urges, that you are not your past. You are a man. It's made in the image of a God who commands discipline, not decadence. A God who gave Samson his strength till he gave it away to Delilah. Read that again. Your seed is not just biology, it is blessing. When you throw it away, you throw away the call on your life. Your vagus nerve, the one responsible for calming your entire system, gets stronger with retention. Your autonomic nervous system resets. You stop reacting like an addict. Start responding like a sage. Because you are no longer fragmented. You are whole. Retention is not suppression. It is sacred focus. It is divine masculinity reborn through discipline. The world mocks this because the world is weak. It glorifies lust because it hates men who walk in light. Men who are dangerous not because they dominate others, but because they have dominion over themselves. The real warrior does not need to prove his strength. He embodies it. Quietly, ferociously. And that starts with semen retention. Every relapse is not just a mistake. It is a missed opportunity to become the man you were called to be. But do not let shame keep you in the pit. Rise, recommit, reforge. Because each day you retain, you gain testosterone, you gain clarity, you gain power, and slowly, ... the fog lifts, the numbness fades, soul fire returns. You will walk differently. You will speak with weight. You will attract respect without demanding it. Yes. Because your biology and your spirit are aligned. No more dopamine slavery. No more hormonal chaos. Just raw, righteous, relentless masculinity. Focused, forged, free. You are not just retaining semen. You are retaining the future, the vision, the victory. Every man who ever changed the world did so with restraint. Self-mastery is not optional. Is the price of greatness. You want high performance? Optimize your biology. Let testosterone become your ally. Let cold exposure burn the laziness out of you. Let red light therapy awaken your cells. Let monk mode shape your mornings. Let digital detox break the chains of distraction. Let solitude baptize your soul. And let retention be the altar where you are reborn. Because the warrior mindset is not found in noise. It is found in silence. It is not found in comfort. It is found in conflict. It is not found in lust. It is found in love for discipline, love for truth, love for the man you are becoming. You will suffer, you will stumble, you will be tempted, but you will rise. And when you do, you will be unrecognizable. This is your battlefield. This is where boys die and men are forged. This is where the pain becomes prophecy. This is where you take back your power, not through domination, but through dedication. This is the narrow path, and it is the only one worth walking. If this message spoke to you, consider supporting us by clicking the thanks button below. Even the smallest contribution helps us keep making content that fuels your mission. We are in this together. Now go, become who you were born to be.